Thank you.
How are you? How's everything?
Just came from work.
We will free Palestine within our lifetime. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. New York to Gaza. Globalize the Intifada. From New York to Gaza. Globalize the Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Globalize the Intifada. From New York to Gaza. Globalize the Intifada. From the river to the sea. Anti-capitalista. Anti-capitalista. Can't hear you, oh. Anti-capitalista. Louder. Anti-capitalista. Anti-capitalista. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
We're gonna have a few words here in front of the Museum of Modern Art to connect some dots, to connect some important dots here. See, all summer long, we've been coming out here to try to connect some dots, pointing to this term of interconnected struggle. Interconnected struggle. What does that actually mean? What does that actually mean? You see, the same management companies and landlords that evict our families, that pay to privatize NYC, that keep Rikers where it's at, sit on a board here and attend fancy dinners here next to the same people who are poisoning the waters in the Dominican Republic and Haiti right now. The same people who are killing and shooting Tanzanians in Africa right now. Sit next to people on the board here, this museum.
Fuck this museum!
I'm second that, that's a fact. Sit next to the same people who dropped bombs on Gaza and Yemen. The makers of the bombs sit on the board. Not only that, the same board member I'm referring to, Brown, who built the education center here, created the tanks and bombs and surveillance technology being used in Colombia right now. Right now. So see, this is New York City. I'm born and raised here, I'm from the Bronx. Many of us here are from here. Many of us migrated here. Many of us came to school here. We all come here because this is where all the resources are hoarded. This is the Empire State. Wall Street is 20 minutes away from here. You see what I'm saying? All of the money is here. All of the resources. All of the shit Congolese children dig up gets financed and sold and exchanged here. You see what I'm saying? This is a site of struggle. The city is a site of struggle. This is an example of that site. You see what I'm saying? We have a responsibility when we come here. And we know what we can't unknow. When we learn what we can't unlearn. That we are living and working and eating and shitting and sleeping and fucking in the same place where these people walk their dogs in the dog park. And say, your auntie back in Punjab, or your auntie back in Senegal, or Haiti, or the Dominican Republic, or in Puebla, who's pissed that she can't go get water because it's killing her cows. Who's pissed because her kid got his eye shot out at a protest. She looking at you like, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You're right there. You're right there. You're right there. And so, what does that mean? Well, if they form boards of trustees with seemingly completely different focuses, where one is in Palestine, the other one is mining the fuck out of the Dominican Republic, the other one is paying the New York Police Foundation to make sure we stay in jail, or paying us menial wages to join their cop forces. What are we doing? We need to adjust our strategy, people. It means Black liberation fight meets and fights next to Palestinian liberation fight. It means all those folks in Puerto Rico trying to get the colony off their neck gotta join in too. It means the Sikhs out in Jackson Heights gotta leave Jackson Heights and come and get in this shit too. If they form boards of trustees, if they form what we call interlocking directorates, That's what they call themselves, an interlocking directorate. Oh, my brother is on the board of the Whitney, and I'm on the board of the Museum of Modern Art. And together we're on the board of the New York Police Foundation. See how that works? Then we, in response, must form interconnected struggles. See how that should work? It's easy. I'm gonna hand this over real quick to Guillaume, who is an artist and comrade of mine from the Dominican Republic and the Bronx. She's gonna say a couple words real quick and then we pass this back on.
Break our land and break our TV. Line 3 and Line 5 have been recently transporting over 28 million gallons of tar sand against Governor Whitmore's orders not to. There have been 28 plus spills already, and that is damaging and poisoning. This development pipeline is being financed by banks like Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, HSBC. The same cast of characters that are on this board making money off the backs of poor black and brown people. We're here today because hope lies in us. Hope lies in us right now.
You have to see the bones for yourself? This is what these settlers are doing. And they've been sharing strategies and learning from each other for decades, for centuries, as we know. And this is why, as my comrade said, this is not just a museum. This is where they wash their money. This is where they wash their reputations. Ron Lauder is on the board of the MoMA, and his name is on this building, but of course they covered it, so we can't see it right now, because they know what we would do to it if we saw that name. But Ron Lauder, he's the one pushing institutions all over the country and people all over the world to recognize anti-Zionism as a form of anti-Semitism. They literally want to make it illegal. They want to vilify us for fighting for our own people. And if we say that we're against oppression, they want to put the worst term on us to scare people from fighting. The person who is funding that ideology, because ideologies don't come out of nowhere. There are people with millions and millions of dollars that are infiltrating your universities, your companies, your institutions, and are pushing these things on us. He washes his money in this museum, and this is not the only museum that's doing this. Almost every museum in this city is a marker of white supremacy and genocide. Just like we saw at the Met Gala, and some of our comrades who are protesting outside are out here today and have been consistently fighting for Palestine this whole summer. We saw how they were brutalized. We saw how they were brutalized outside while people inside didn't even pay attention, didn't even acknowledge them. We know that the Met, like the MoMA, is also a symbol of white supremacy and genocide. This is where they come to wash their money and to wash their character, to make themselves look more cultured instead of people who are really just creating war and displacement all over the world. But we're not going to let them get away with that. When you Google MoMA, when you Google these names, we want people to see them and see what they're doing to the Palestinian, Yemeni, black people in this country and all over the world, and we're not going to let them get away with it. And we're going to keep moving. It sucks they close the doors because we can't see that name, but there are a couple of other places we're going to hit today to show you who is funding and who is invested in Zionism, in settler colonialism, and in genocide in this country. Free! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Police Foundation. New York City Police Foundation is a private entity that gives billions of dollars to the NYPD. With that money, slow down. My front line, slow down. With that money, they are able to fund intelligence divisions globally. NYPD is in every country doing intelligence. Now, what is a city police department doing intelligence for on a global scale? You are in the Empire State. They are an imperial army. Us New Yorkers don't have to deal with a regular fucking police department. We are dealing with an imperial army that occupies our streets and occupies our home countries. So, all of my people who are about it, make note, 46th Street and 5th Avenue, New York City Police Department's personal piggy bank is right up there. We continue.
Free Palestine! 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 And we will free Palestine! We will free Palestine! Within our lifetime! Within our lifetime! We will free Palestine! We will free Palestine! Within our lifetime! Within our lifetime! Palestine Arabia! Palestine Arabia! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We will free Palestine! Within our lifetime! Within our lifetime! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! What do we want? Justice! What do we want it now? What do we want? Justice! What do we want it now? No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! If we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace! Zionism has got to go! 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 We don't want no Tuesday! We want all of it! We want all of it! We don't want no Tuesday! We don't want no Tuesday! We want all of it! 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 Free Palestine! 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 a graduate center with the blue and the American flag. So if you want to come back and let them know how you feel, you know which building it is.
Exactly. Fuck out niggas.
That's the Central of CUNY, which 500,000 students in New York go to, the largest public black and brown working class university in the country. And instead of investing resources to help students from this city, they continue to privatize and they continue to subject us to Zionist curriculum, whitewashing the history, whitewashing the atrocities of Israel. And not only that, they are invested in corporations and invested in companies that actually facilitate the occupation of the Palestinian people. So they're not just putting out ideas out there that cause people to stand against Palestine. They are actively complicit in the oppression of Palestinians. For years, Palestinian students and people who supported us have waged divestment campaigns and resolutions on CUNY to tell them we don't want our tuition money funding genocide. We don't want our tuition money going to fossil fuels. We don't want our tuition money funding prisons. And while universities all over the city and the country do similar things, we know the revolutionary history of CUNY that we have to uphold and keep. So if you go to a CUNY, if you're on any college campus, bring this message back to your campus. Tell them to put their money where their mouth is. They can't pretend to be woke anymore. They have to divest from companies and corporations that facilitate occupation and prisons. And they have to give back reparations to the communities that they've stolen from for decades. Whether it's Columbia University gentrifying Harlem, or whether it's CUNY, who continues to send people on delegations and trips to so-called Israel, meanwhile ignoring the fact that Palestinians are facing a genocide. CUNY, you will see!
CUNY, you will see!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
CUNY, you will learn!
CUNY, you will learn!
Refugees will return!
Refugees will return!
NYC, you will see!
NYC, you will see!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free!
NYC, you will learn!
NYC, you will learn!
Refugees will return!
Refugees will return!
And there is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada revolution!
Intifada!
Globalize the Intifada!
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
We are in front of the Central Fund for Israel!
Move to the side.
We are here standing in front of 986th Avenue at the Central Fund of Israel. So just from the name and from the sheet that we gave you all, if you don't already know, this is one of the many institutions and organizations in the city that raise money to support the Zionist colonizing policies, to support the settlers, to support the genocide and murder of Palestinian people. This is called the Central Fund of Israel. Palestine and killing Palestinian people. There are places like this all over the city. The second most Zionist city after Israel is New York City. New York City. And you know that. You all know that if you grew up in this city and tried to talk about Palestine. You know that if you're Palestinian and you grew up here. And that's because organizations like this, it's their entire job, it's their entire business to not only send money to Israel, but also to influence the way people think in this country and make them support such a genocidal entity. We've been working directly with groups in Palestine on the ground who asked us to relay this message to you. They want us to build a movement here to defund these organizations, to get their tax exemptions shut down. Because not only can they stand here and fundraise for a terrorist entity like Israel, fundraise the terrorism of Zionism, if you donate to them, you also get a tax deduction. You get a tax write-off for killing Palestinians in America. You heard that? You get a tax write-off for killing Palestinians in America. But what do we expect any different? This country is sending $10 million every single day of your tax money to end up as bullets, as bombs dropped in Gaza, dropped on Palestinians. The hashtag they are using in Palestine is defund racism. And they have a coalition of all these different groups in Palestine that want people to fight these settler organizations. If you see these posters and you scan the QR code, you can find out more about this campaign. This is just one of the many locations in the city. If we were going to stop at all of them, we would be marching non-stop. We would be marching for 12 hours. Because they normalized killing Palestinians. They normalized having offices that they can post about online where they literally tell us, hey, this is where we fundraise money for Israel. But we have to let them know that people are finding out about where they are. And we're not just going to let them stay here peacefully. We're not just going to let them exist without opposition, without confrontation, without letting them know that there is blood on their hands, just like the blood on those walls behind you. We're going to keep moving because we want to keep hitting as many places as possible. But research defund racism, research the campaign to cut settlements from their tax exemption status and to make them illegal in this city. Settlers, settlers, you will see.
Settlers, settlers, you will see.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Settlers, settlers, you will here we go. Hunter! Unilaw! John Jay! They're using your tuition money to kill Palestinians, to fund private prisons. They're invested in these companies, millions of dollars. So when we think we're getting an education, like it's not built on the back of oppressed people, we are wrong. And when we go to these universities, we have to fight them with everything we have.
Yes.
So get involved, whether it's SJP, whether you want WOL to help out on your campus. Target the universities from CUNY to NYU to Columbia. They are all invested in Zionism and white supremacy and genocide, and they will not cede that power until we demand to take it down. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
I think that you all came out today to march for Palestine. We're shutting things down. We're holding the intersection. They can't go on this side or that side because no, we don't want them to go about their day like there isn't a genocide going on. We don't want them to go about their day like they can pretend what's happening in Palestine has nothing to do with them. We know it has to do with all of us because none of us are free until all of us are free. And in honor of that, we know what else should be free in this city. The subway should be free. The subways where black and brown working class people have to endure hell, have to endure floods and water storms and swimming rats, right? And they still have to pay in this shitty system, in this shitty subway system in this city. And instead of investing money in the resources of the subway system, what do they do with it? They hire thousands of cops to watch people from jumping the turnstiles. Instead of investing in the subway, they send money to Israel to kill Palestinians, but you already knew that. Does that make sense?
No!
Does that make sense?
No!
It makes sense in a capitalist, white supremacist country that is built on selling colonialism and genocide. So we're gonna take over the subway. In solidarity with our comrades who have done that before. And from this point on, it's an autonomous decision. It's an autonomous participation. If you don't want to be a part of this, that's fine. Just give us back our flags. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna get on the liberation train. And we're gonna tell people. We're gonna get on the liberation train and we're gonna show the people commuting in this city what fighting for Palestine looks like, because a fight for a free Palestine is a fight for all people. Again, if you want to go next time, just bring back our banners and flags to the front.
Palestine will be free!